On the evening of my art exhibition, a little girl I didn't know approached me and asked, "Are you the artist's sister?" "Yes," I replied. She was barely 7 years old, dressed in a tiny blazer and a clip-on tie. She scanned the room nervously before pulling a small gift bag from behind her back. "A woman gave me 1,000 rupees to give this to you," she whispered. "But she said, only when that man isn't looking." She pointed towards Siddharth Singania, the exhibition sponsor. He was across the lawn, laughing with a group of businessmen. "Which woman? Where?" I asked. The girl shrugged. "I don't know. She was crying." She said this was very important. She gestured toward the parking lot. I looked, but the area was deserted. When I turned back, the girl had already vanished toward the gaming zone. I stood there clutching the gift bag. It felt wrong, unnaturally heavy for its size. Siddharth Singania was watching me now. The laughter had died on his lips, and his eyes were pinned to the bag. I forced a smile, pretending it was nothing, and headed toward the private suite. My hands were trembling. Inside the suite, I locked the door. I opened the bag, removed the tissue paper, and found a burner phone. A video was saved in the camera roll. I hit play. The footage was dark and grainy, filmed through a window, but the image was clear enough. Siddharth Singania, the man who owned half the city's real estate, the man who just 20 minutes ago had toasted my sister's arrival into his family, was beating a woman. He wasn't just hitting her, it was a brutal assault. She was on the floor, shielding her face as he struck her repeatedly. I watched it twice. Then I saw a text file saved alongside it. One sentence: "This is the truth of what happened to his first wife." My blood ran cold. Siddharth's first wife had supposedly died at a car accident when their son was 12. That was the official story. Everyone believed. Were others involved in the cover-up? Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. "Everything all right in there?" Siddharth's voice. "Just fixing my makeup. Be out in a minute," I called out. I hid the phone in my clothes, opened the door, and smiled. He stood there with that same polished, host-making grin. "I saw a little girl give you something. A secret admirer?" He chuckled. "Just a card from my mother. She gets emotional at these functions." He nodded, but I could see the suspicion in his eyes. I brushed past him toward the reception, my heart thumping so loudly, I was sure he could hear it. I had to find my sister, Anjali. I had to understand what was happening. But Siddharth was 10 feet behind me, moving casually, as if we were just headed the same way. I spotted my cousin Samir near the bar. He was in law enforcement, specializing in organized crime. He was here as a guest, but right now, I needed the officer. I grabbed his arm and pulled him behind the tent. "I need you to see something. Don't react." I handed him the phone. As he watched the video, his expression didn't change, but his jaw turned to stone. "Where did you get this?" "A girl said a crying woman gave it to her in the parking lot. There's a text file too." He read it, then scanned the reception, spotting Siddharth near the cake table watching us. Samir looked at me and paused. "What do you know about Siddharth's first wife?" I hesitated. "I was told it was a car accident, but now..." Samir shook his head, cutting me off. "There was no accident. That case has been fishy for years. We just never had the evidence." He gripped the phone. "Until now." Just then, Siddharth began walking toward us. Samir slipped the phone into his pocket. "Find your sister. Get her away from this family. I'll handle this." "Handle it? How? What are you going to do?" "My job." I turned and hurried toward the head table. Anjali was sitting there, laughing, happy and oblivious. I was 10 feet away when Siddharth cut me off. "We should talk." His tone shifted. The warmth was gone. "I need to get to my sister. She can wait." He gripped my elbow firmly, smiling for the guests. "Come with me." He led me toward the edge of the tent, away from the crowd and toward the tree line. "That phone isn't yours." "I don't know what you're talking about." "Don't." His grip tightened. "I've spent 20 years ensuring that video never surfaced. I won't let a maid of honor ruin it now." "Let me go," I said, trying to stay calm. "Give me the phone and the evening stays pleasant. Your sister stays happy. Understand?" "I don't have it." His face morphed. The mask finally fell off. "Who has it?" "The police." The color drained from his face. At that moment, Samir appeared behind him with 2 men in suits. "Siddharth Singania, we need to have a word." Siddharth let go of my arm and straightened his jacket, trying to summon his smile. "This is a family function. Whatever you think this is, it can wait." "It can't." Samir signaled the 2 men. They stepped forward and quietly, without a scene, led Siddharth toward the parking lot. I stood there shaking. Across the lawn, Anjali was watching me, worried. I walked over, sat beside her, and took her hand. "I have something